Myself, Engineer V.B. Niranjan, Department of Computer Science Engineering, IIT, Bundelkhand University, Jhansi. Today, I am going to cover a topic variable and constant in C language. C language is developed in 1972 by a man, his name was Jhansi in Well Laboratories, USA. Now, we start with the C constant. C constant. C constant is divided in two parts. As we know, constant is the any value which is fixed in the nature. So, same in the C language, it is divided in two parts, primary constant and secondary constant. Secondary constant. प्राइमरी कांस्टेंट को फर्दर थ्री भाग में हमने डिवाइड किया है, थ्री टाइप्स, द इंटीजर कांस्टेंट and real constant, and third one is the character constant. Now, what are the secondary constant? Further इनको हमने डिवाइड किया है array, structure and enum, union of, etc. So, these are the basic of primary constant and the secondary constant. Now, we discuss one by one primary constant. Primary constant, integer constant. Integer constant is the constant which is fixed in the nature and it is having certain range in the C language. The range of the integer constant in the C language is minus 32,768 up to plus 32,767. This is the range of integer constant in C language. Any integer values which lies between this range, we can say that is the integer constant. And 2 bytes memory are needed to store an integer constant in the C language. How much memory needed? 2 bytes. 2 byte memory needed to store any integer constant in the C language. Second, the real constant. Real constant is the constant which is having decimal value. Any constant which is having decimal parts, that can be, we can say, the real constant. It is also having some range. The range of real constant is minus 3.4 E 38 up to plus 3.4 E 38. This is the range of real constant. Any values which is having decimal points, okay, which belongs to between this range, we can say this is the real constant. Further, we divided real constant in two parts, float and exponential. Real constant. Again, we divided it in two parts, that is the float form of the real constant, and second is the exponential form, of real constant. And the range of real constant I again written over here, minus 3.4 E up 38 up to plus 3.4 E 38 is the plus. So, now float form and exponential form, both form having some specific range to express the real constant in the C language. Okay. The values which is right between minus 3.4 up to plus 3.4, this is the called float form of the real constant. 4 bytes memory are needed to store the float constant in the C language. How much memory? 4 bytes. And exponential form, this is the range of exponential, minus 3.4 E 38 up to plus 3.4 E 38. This range अब now how can we define what is the meaning of E and the parts before appearing E and parts appearing after the E. The value which is appearing before the E in exponential form, that is called mantissa. Mantissa. And the parts which is appearing after the E, that is called exponent. In both values, either in negative values and positive values. Suppose if we see in the positive value 3 plus 3.4, this part is also known as the mantissa as is compared with the minus 3.4 in this, and same after the E in the positive values, it is also known as the exponential form. It means the value which is appearing after the E in the both values, in negative and positive value, that is called the exponential form. Exponential parts of the exponential form of the real constant, and the value which is appear before the E in negative values and positive values also, that is also known as the mantissa parts of the exponential form of the real constant. So, this is the parts which we covered, what the meaning of real constant, and next we move on the character constant. Character constant. So, as we know, we covered in the constant, integer constant and real constant, and third primary constant is the character constant. The character constant is the any character may be digit, may be alphabet, and maybe some special kind of symbols. Okay. Generally, we are familiar with the digits and the alphabet, but we are little bit not familiar with the special symbols. So, I will tell you one by one. So, any digits, it means 0 to 9 is the digit, and second is the alphabet A to Z, it may be in small letter and capital letter also, okay. And this is the alphabet, and third is the special symbol. Special symbol means anything apart from this digits and alphabet, we can see that the special symbol like plus, minus, modulo division, comma, double inverted comma, full stop, even a blank space, hyphen, and at the rate, and etc. This is called the special symbol. Special symbol. Now, we can write any digits, any single digits. The whenever we write the character constant, we put in our mind, we have to put this thing in our mind. The digits should be single. Any alphabet, alphabet should be single, or any special symbol. ये भी क्या होना चाहिए? Single. We include in any digits, any alphabet, and any special symbol single in single inverted comma tends to left, that is known as the character constant. This is the symbol for the character constant. The main things which we need to remember is single, either it may be single alphabet, it may be single digits, or it may be single special symbol. Suppose we are taking the single digit like the 0, this is the character constant, again we are taking the single digit 1, this is again the character constant, even I am taking the single 9, this is the character constant, this is the also character constant. What suppose if we are taking 10, now this is not the single digit, the 2 digit 1 and 0, so this is not the character constant. It's clear? Now, same we move on the alphabet. Suppose if we include alphabet, any alphabet A to Z, either A, either M and Z. All these three, small a, small m, small z, if we include in single inverted comma tends to left. देखिए, this is the difference between the single inverted comma in mathematics and C. In mathematics, we write the single inverted comma like this, and but in C language, in single inverted comma like that, and both the tails should be on the left side. Left side. और in mathematics में क्या होता है कि both the tail towards each other, एक दूसरे के फेस करते हैं. देखिए, इसकी टेल से इसको फेस कर रही है, बट इन सी लैंग्वेज में सिंगल कॉमा क्या होता है, बोथ द टेल्स, जो टेल्स हैं वो कहाँ होती हैं, लेफ्ट साइड, ये आप याद रखेंगे, लेफ्ट. एंड सो नाउ वी कैन पुट एनी सिंगल alpha symbol in the single comma, like the at the rate, like the plus, again minus, and suppose even sometimes blank space, it is also characteristic constant, character constant. So the definition of the character constant is that any digits, any alphabet or any special symbol, any single digits, single alphabet or single special symbol, if we include in single inverted comma tends to left, that becomes known as the character constant. Okay. Now we covered the character constant, we will discuss the variable, what is the variable in the C language. Secondary constant we are not going to cover over here, because first we cover the variables, then we move on the secondary constant later on. So now variable, the value which is varying in the nature, that is the variable. So suppose in any times, if we are taking the simple example x, okay, x having 10 values, okay, and after some time x having 100. X is the variable. This time this is having 10 rupees, this time this is having 100. So this variable name is the fixed. The value in which is stored in this variable is changeable. So it means any value which is changeable with the time, that is the X. Suppose in the morning in my pocket we have 10 rupees, okay, and we went to the market and we spent 2 rupees over there. Now we have left in the 8 rupees in my pocket. Then we can say now pocket value is 8 rupees, in the morning it was 10 rupees. So these are the variables. Variables value is changed, but so these are the known as the variables. So now the second question is comes, how to write a variable name. So variable name, to write a variable name we have certain rules, okay, we have to remember that, and we always keep in mind before writing the any variable name we must follow this instruction. The instruction is that like follow. Variable name should be start with a alphabet. Alphabet and underscore can be placed at the first character when writing variable name. Only special symbol underscore can be allowed to write a variable name even at the first character, and the first character should be the alphabet, okay. No digit can be allowed to write in the variable name, digit cannot be allowed, digits cannot be allowed at the first position. First position means first character of the variable name cannot be digits, but later at the middle and the after the end of the words we can able to write the digits in the variable name. We are giving some examples, then we will see what exactly variable names is. Suppose I am writing a variable name stud. We have to store the value of student, so we are taking the stud in the variable name. Stud is the variable name. S is the alphabet, T is the alphabet, U is the alphabet, D is the alphabet. All the characters the alphabet. This is the variable name, valid variable name. Suppose in the first character in the variable name, suppose we are taking any digits, STU, stud, this is valid. Why invalid? Because we are taking 0 as the first character in the variable name. 0 cannot be defined at the first character in the variable name. It can be like the stud 0. This is the variable name valid. Variable name valid. Same way, Suppose we are taking any special symbol like the at the stud at the rate t. We can told you earlier, we cannot consider, we cannot take any symbol, special symbol in the variable name. So, this is the invalid. Why? Because we taken here alphabet, sorry, special symbol as the character in the in writing the variable name. So, it is invalid. But in the first place, suppose we are writing underscore. Underscore can be allowed to write in the first position of the variable name. So, this is the valid. So, my point is come, underscore can be allowed to write a variable name even at the first position, and digits can be allowed, but not at the first position, and no other special symbol allowed even the first position, even the middle, and even the last of the name of the variable name, except the underscore. So, this is the certain some rules how to write the variable names, and thank you for today.